Welcome back to The Average Drinker. I'm Dara, and well, yeah, I'm your average drinker. And today I have a new review for you. Pretty excited for this one because this is actually one of the best bottles we've ever picked up. Picked this little beautiful baby up in Kentucky when we were at Bardstown Bourbon Company. This is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna read this because I want to get it right for you, okay? So this is the triple blended Stave finish. This is a distillery exclusive. So let me zoom it up here for you. See, sometimes I don't like to hold this up long enough or in the right spot, then it doesn't focus. Yeah, that looks good to me. Okay, so yes, the triple blended Stave finish, there's a lot going on with it. Anytime you hear the word triple, usually means a lot, at least to me it does. So let's start out with, let me tell you what it says on this awesome little card, and then I'll get into what I think it tastes like and what it smells like and all that jazz. And why I want to give it such a high rating, yeah, you're going to want to stick around for that. So on this bottle, it's 109 proof, so not bad. I like that proof. It's a nice, for me, I would call that middle of the road, so it's a good one. This is bottle 4,897. And on this little beautiful card right here, it's interesting because normally Bardstown puts their blends and finishes and all that jazz, mash bills, etc. on their bottles. But with this one, it actually comes on this fancy little card right here. But let me tell you what this says. Real fast, I'm going to give you a little breakdown. So the original blend is Indiana, Kentucky, and Indiana whiskeys. So you've got a 45% blend of Indiana, then you have a 35% blend of Kentucky, and then a 20% of Indiana. Then after that, it goes for 3 weeks and it goes, I can't talk. This is difficult for me, right? Reading is hard. Okay, so then finished for 3 weeks in different oaks. So it's a 67% pure 2 oak stave and a 23% spice rack oak stave. And then next up goes into another one, making the triple blend, right? So it's reblended at a 13% Tennessee and then 87% original blend. So a lot going on with it, but actually it makes for a really fantastic whiskey. Sorry if that was a lot, that's a lot of information, right? Hopefully you can pause this and look at this card yourself and see if it makes a little more sense to you. All right, so now it's time to get into the fun part, actually telling you what this one smells like and tastes like and why I love it so much. But first, did you know this bottle actually costs $200? Holy moly, $200? That literally makes me have heart palpitations. I feel like I'm gonna lose my mind anytime I hear a $200 bottle. That's a lot of money to put down for a bottle, so it better be dang good, right? Well, luckily for us, we actually got to try a pour of it. The pour was I want to say $20 or $30. So it was somewhere, it might be in between that. I can't remember for sure. But it was worth it to try because it's you don't want to spend $200 on a bottle, not knowing what it tastes like, not having the opportunity, and then it ends up being really bad because that's a lot of money. So we got to try a pour of it at Bardstown. It was delicious. I mean, really, really delicious. To us, it was worth the $200. So we got it home and I tried it more and I really, really enjoy this one. So let's give it a little swirl. There's a lot going on with it, right? So on the nose, I get, it's right away a lot of maple syrup and brown sugar. I do get some oakiness to it. It just smells thick and rich, right? I don't know how you can smell thick, but it reminds me of the thickness of syrup. Just, sweet vanilla, vanilla bean. It smells really, really nice. Another thing I'm getting out of this is actually a weird one, right? I didn't smell this the first time I drank it, but the more I drink of this, the more I realize that it actually, on the nose, you get a little bit of this white grape, white grape from Welch's grape juice, the kind, I only remember having it as a kid. And again, I'm reverting back to my childhood years when I'm drinking whiskey, which is great because, well, that's where a lot of my palate's flavors and taste profiles are coming from, is childhood memories. So I don't know, that might be a good key for you if you're at home and you're drinking whiskey. See if you can compare it to a memory. It helps me. So let's give this one a little swig. Oh, it's so good. Right up front, you're hit with this instant burst of like sweet, a little bit of spicy, a lot of oak. It's super thick and rich, like viscous on the tongue, a little oily. But the flavors I'm getting out of this, I'm getting some like that brown sugar, but maple syrup, a lot of maple syrup. I do not get that like Welch's grape juice flavor at all on the palate that I got on the nose, but I do get just that richness. It's a really, really rich, and it flows all the way through the palate. It's warm, it's a long finish, does not drink hot. And then I'm left with, like, in my mouth, I can taste these like cherry, like dark cherries and cinnamon and maple syrup, maybe even some, I'm trying to find the word for what I'm looking for. You ever had one on the tip of your tongue and then it's just like hanging there and you're like, what the heck word was I looking for? Yeah, I just lost the word. Let me give it another sip, see if the word comes to mind. Oh, it's just so good. Like, there's really not much. I mean, it just tastes so nice. Like, it has those sweeter fruit notes, but it also has just a nice, light, peppery cinnamoniness. I don't know if that's a word either. Oh, bam. And then I was hit with like a red hot at the very end, but it's like a sweet red hot, not spicy at all. It's just really nice and balanced. And the more I let this sit in my mouth, the more flavors that come out to me. And I just, oh, it's so enjoyable. It's just so balanced. It's like harmonious. So, so good. Oh, I can't say enough good things about this one, right? Like, to me, this is just, it just hits the spot. And that's why it's time for me to give this a rating. And I really want to, like, I'm in between two numbers right now. Like, I'm in between giving this a 4 or a 4.5 corks. I really, really love it. I mean, I did finally come up with something that I would give 5 corks, and that's a Michter's 20 year. So if we're comparing it to like a Michter's 20 year, right? It's not a 20 year, but it's still so good. Like, I would drink this every day of the week. I would highly recommend it. If you're in Bardstown and you have an opportunity to pick up this bottle, do it. Like, don't hesitate. If you have the means to purchase this bottle, do it. This is not an ad for Bardstown, but I just really love this. And it's spot on to my taste profile. So now I have to decide. You know, I'm pretty sure I've given the Octomore 11.3 4.5 corks. And after sitting here a little bit longer, I am going to go ahead and give this one 4.5 corks. Because it's just that good to me. There's really nothing wrong with it. It's a perfect blend. The flavors just continue to pop out. It doesn't dry on my tongue, and the flavor just lasts. Like, I can still taste it in my mouth right now, and I haven't had a sip of it in like a minute. So highly recommend this one. It's delicious. Yeah, so that's what I've got for you on this review. If you are interested in this bottle, I guess you should head to Kentucky, go to Bardstown. Pretty sure it's still in their gift shop, so you can check it out there. And as always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet, and I've got something new for you. I have started live streams, so be sure to check those out on Monday nights at 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. I'll be there. I'll be bringing a lot of fun, hopefully to drown out those Monday blues that you get sometimes, or maybe even just to kick your week off right? I feel like I'm a positive, upbeat kind of person, so hopefully that'll bring you some enjoyment. And if you haven't checked out my Patreon, go check that out. I've got behind the scenes content, the stuff you don't see that's on camera. Like, I'm like such a nerd, right? I'm always doing silly things, whether I'm like messing up words or saying Dara-isms, I guess that's what they call it. But anyway, check that out. Get the behind the scenes content there. And as always, thank you so much for watching The Average Drinker. I'm Dara, and I'll be back with so much more.